Just make sure it's all in the picture.
Do you have a pencil?
Alright, 11.6 areas of regular polygon. So here we have a hexagon. It's a really trashy picture, but it's a regular hexagon inside this circle. The altitude from the central angle to one of the sides is called the apothem. And we're going to use that to help us figure out area. Alright, so that's what the apothem is. It doesn't go out to the side of the circle, it just goes to the side of the figure. Theorem 11.11 is the area of a regular polygon. There's two different ways you can get the area. They're kind of the same, but the area is 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter of your regular polygon. Okay? The other one is 1/2 the apothem times the number of sides times the length of the side. Well, the number of sides times the length of the side is your perimeter, right? So that's just what that is. They're both kind of the same. So I'm going to do a problem that kind of covers pretty much everything that we're going to do in your homework assignment. So if I have an octagon, everybody draw a nice perfect octagon. And I say that the length from the central angle to a vertex is 20. I want to know the area of that polygon. Now that is not the apothem. Alright, so there's some things we need to do. We're going to use trigonometry. SOHCAHTOA, sine equals the opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is the adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. You use the Pythagorean theorem as well. But in the Pythagorean theorem you need at least 2 of the 3 pieces of a triangle. Here we only have one piece of this whole thing. Alright? So what I would like to do, it'd be good if I had a right triangle, which means I would have the apothem here. But I don't have enough information to give me A. But if I had degrees, if I had this degree right here, I have the hypotenuse and the adjacent leg. That would be cosine. And I can figure out that degree because this whole degree should be easy to calculate. How many of these are there? There are 8 central angles here. How many degrees are in the circle? Right? This is a circle, right? And this degree is the same as the central angle, isn't it? So if I take 360 degrees and divide it by how many sides are in my regular polygon, I'll get that central angle. What is that? 45 degrees. That's this whole thing. I just want this. So what is that? Your apothem is a bisector. Right? So what is that degree? 22.5. Okay, so we now know 22.5. I can find the apothem because I have the adjacent leg and the hypotenuse. So, cosine, remember, SOHCAHTOA. Cosine is the adjacent leg. Cosine of 22.5 is equal to the adjacent leg, A, over the hypotenuse, 20. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to draw these little triangles, and you're going to have to figure out pieces that are missing. So just like what we've been doing, there's lots of different pieces, and you're only going to be given certain ones. Sometimes you're going to be given the central angle. Sometimes you're going to be given the apothem. Okay? So you got to use trigonometry or Pythagorean theorem to figure out all the other things, all the other pieces. Because what do we need? We need the length of this side so we can get the perimeter, because you have to have that, right? And you need the apothem. So I still am going to have to find this piece at some point in time. Now I should be able to figure this out, because these are the pieces that are missing. These are the pieces that I need to figure out, the apothem here. How do I solve for A? multiply by 20, good. All right? So make sure your calculator is in degree mode. Those of you who are using your iPad calculators, make sure it says degree mode on it. Take the cosine of 22.5 first and multiply by 20. Those of you who want to get a calculator, just grab one and figure it out. So cosine of 22.5 times 20. Let's take out 4 decimal places. And then whatever it says in the book, make sure you follow that. Mackenzie, did you get that?
No, I'm trying to make sure in degree mode.
Oh.
Because it
Go to mode.
I like to switch back a lot.
So just do it like that. And you're fine. Okay? What'd you guys get? 18.4776. Okay, so I just took out 100 decimal places. That's the apothem. So we have A. That's part of our formula. Okay, so area equals 1/2 the apothem, 18.48, times the perimeter. So that means I gotta find this piece right here. Well, I can find this piece, because that's part of the right triangle, isn't it? Okay, so again, I'm going to use trigonometry. You could use the Pythagorean theorem if you wanted. This squared plus this squared equals 20 squared, and you could solve it that way. But since we already have, since we're introducing trigonometry again, let's go ahead and use trigonometry to figure it out. So I want this piece right here, this x. So 22.5, this is your opposite leg over the hypotenuse. So what deals with opposite and hypotenuse? The sine. So now we're going to do the sine of 22.5 equals the opposite leg, this case is x, over 20. Now before you figure this out, hold on. Sometimes the variable you're wanting is going to be in your denominator. Like if you do tangent or something like that. How would I get my variable out of the denominator? How do you get the 20 out of the denominator?
Multiply.
Okay, same thing. I'm just giving you a heads up because at some point in time, they're not all going to be set up like this where you can just say, well, let's just multiply by the denominator. They're not always going to be set up like that. Okay? Sometimes you're going to have to remove the variable from your denominator before you do the problem. Okay? Just give me a heads up. All right, so somebody figure that, calculate that for me. Everybody check that? 7.653. Huh?
I got 1.
Do it again. Sine is 22.5 first, times 20. Is this correct, guys? I think it's correct.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
it.
I got 1 again. Probably a calculator.
Couldn't be you.
No. Exactly.
Sine of 22.5 equals times 20. Must have been calculated.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so what did we just find? Here's the key. This is a great problem because it covers all the different types of things. You got to do trigonometry. You know what the apothem is now. You're finding this piece, but we don't want this piece. What do we want? We want the area, but we want the perimeter. But to find perimeter, we need the whole piece here, don't we? We need from here to here. So what is that? Isn't that just double what x is?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to multiply this by 2. So you're going to get one of the sides to be 15.3, right? All right, so now you have everything you need. So in this case, I have s, so I'm going to just plug it into this formula. There's 8 sides times 15.3. So everybody do that calculation. And again, it all depends on where you rounded it. I just remember that's my answer. So everybody make sure you get that answer, close to that answer. Maybe it might be 11:30. I don't remember, on my notes that's what I had, so I may have rounded it. That's, you got 1131? That's fine. I don't remember on my notes how I rounded it before we started. It all depends on how much you're rounding as you're doing it. I use the Pythagorean theorem actually on part of the problem. So that could have been part of it. Okay? So you're going to be given lots of different things. The assignment starts out just asking what the central angles are. Sorry, where's the assignment? The first few I think are asking what the central angles are. You're just taking however many sides, 360 divided by however many sides. Okay, so make sure we got this assignment on there. So I did a difficult problem. You're going to have time to work on this and ask me some questions as you get through it, okay? All right, good.